Hello everyone, it is Canada Grass here, and this is a set video for The Flash, Season 9, Episode 11. Sorry it's a little late getting it to you guys. I kind of got backlogged, and then there was additional coverage that I shot near the end of this that I felt I needed to add because it's the same scene. But here you can see there's a graveyard, and you see some torn up dirt over there. We'll get into whose grave it is in a second, but you can see they created a graveyard here. This is not an actual graveyard, that is all made up. Up there is the same scene you saw from the other place, except they've got it up on top of like a area. Anyways, here is the scene, and you can see Kayla Compton directing this episode, but it is Rick Cosnett dressed as Eddie Thawne doing the scene, and in the scene he is digging a grave. What grave that is? Well, that is Eddie Thawne's grave. He is there digging up his own grave, and they did a reshoot about a week and a half after this, which you'll see in a couple minutes when we get to that footage. That's why this is so late, because that extra footage came out around the time I was starting to put this video package together. So you can see him, he's doing the scene, and he's gonna just start digging really fast and aggressively into this grave. And well, it's played out. I'll go back and talk about that scene where I showed you the that the exact same setup was on top of that platform earlier in the daytime shot. They had that there, the exact same look. My belief, and no proof, but my belief is it probably has something to do with they were going to have something underneath, and instead of digging into the actual ground and having something in there, they would have it from inside the grave, so you can look up, so the camera can do all the work from in there or something. That's my theory on why they had that set up there, if not why, because it was the exact same setup as this. So that's my theory on it, but I don't know for sure. You know, when they're digging in an actual graveyard, harder to set up things the way they want. So here's the additional coverage from the second time they did a shoot. You can see he's now joined by someone there. That is Officer Corber. Stacy Izak is her name, or something like that, or Stephanie Izak. He's in this scene yelling at her because she comes up to him with a taser, and he yells at her. He's like, "I am Eddie, I am alive, and I need to know why." That is it for video on here, but here are some still photos from this. This is one of the tombstones where it says 2043 on it, which tells you that it's in the future. This is the big platform that they built in the parking lot, which you can see up there with the yellow tape around. That's the exact same tombstone as the one on Eddie's grave that he's digging up. I believe the reason they have it set up like this is they probably had some type of contraption under there that they couldn't do in the park, because you can't just like keep digging down in the park. That they like wanted to look maybe up from the grave with the camera, or someone was going to get out of it or something. Whatever the case, they needed a different setup than to just be in the park. So this is a coyote I saw there. There's several coyotes I saw that day, but give you some idea of why I didn't want to hang around in the park all night. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Here is their makeshift graveyard before it got blown over by the wind. They had to do a reshoot because of the fact that there was a wind warning. Funny enough, there was also a wind warning the second night they came back, but they powered through it that night, I guess, or just got lucky. This is my view. This is my view. So when you're looking at these grainy photos and you're wondering why they're grainy, that's how far away I am. If you can even tell where the set is, good on you. I kind of know where it is, but even I have trouble with it from that far away. So there's Rick on set getting instructions on what to do in the scene, and looking pretty miserable because it was cold and rainy that day, so I don't blame him. Here he is in wardrobe in the scene. He's wearing the beige jacket in the scene. The shot you saw before was just rehearsals. There's Kayla Compton standing there watching him do the scene. You probably notice those like little sticks at the back of the gravestones. That's because the gravestones aren't like made of anything, so they fall over easy. There's the Edward Thawne grave marker, and that was the one that was out in the parking lot on that big platform I showed you. But they did have one obviously for the actual park here, and there's that one, but I didn't get a good photo of it the first time, but I did on that second trip. So yeah, and there it is, like with more of the stuff just around. You can see the full graveyard setup that they had going on. Here is Officer Corber that night holding that thing. I called it a stun gun earlier, and I mean, unless you can tell me a better description of what it is, I think that's what it is. And there she is, again, holding it. You can't really see Eddie there, but he is in that area about where the hole is there. There he is, standing there. And Officer Corber had come over by that point, and he's basically telling her, and that's the part where he's yelling at her, saying, "I am Eddie. You know, I'm alive, and I need to know why." And that was it for that part. But yeah, they had to do 2 nights of it because the first night they didn't get to finish all the scenes they wanted that first night. So yeah, they had to come back a second night and finish up, and I happened to catch it both nights. And you know, it was cold. It was rainy the first night, just cold the second night, so I didn't stick around long either night. But I do have more content coming up. This is it for the episode 11 stuff. I do have some for 9-10 that I just realized while I was editing this. I haven't finished editing yet. So, oops. That will come out as soon as I can try and get it out, hopefully by the end of this week. I have 9-12 stuff to edit still. And I have stuff for the finale, 9-13, on what I believe is their last location set ever in downtown Vancouver, according to what a couple of people have told me, that there's no more coming. So soon I will have the finale stuff up. If you haven't seen it already, I have still photos on my website. You can always see my video content on my Patreon well ahead of when they come out here. It's only $5 a month for that. Way ahead of when they come out here, but that is it for this, and that is it for this video. Hope I will have some 9-12 stuff soon, and 9-13 is now filming. Bye.